afternoon, St. Andrews. It's good to see you. I hope that each of you are well and managing the lovely but cold weather. I know that last week was no surprise in terms of what Puxatawny Phil said about 6 more weeks of winter, or you probably weren't surprised at what Dr. Bonnie Henry said on Friday when she indicated that we needed to stay the course and continue to be faithful to the things that we're doing to end this lockdown, this quarantine. We're doing a good job and we need to maintain that. It sounded a lot like the movie Groundhog Day that came out in 1993, the story of Phil Connor, a weatherman who goes to Pennsylvania to film the time when the groundhog comes out of his burrow and sees the morning of February the 2nd. Would he predict 6 more weeks of winter? And the story involves Phil becoming stuck in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. And every morning he awakens as if it is the same day. Every morning he greets the same people. Every morning he goes through the same motions. It's disconcerting. It's discouraging. And he tries a number of methodologies to escape Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. He tries to harm himself, to eradicate his situation. And finally, he decides that the best thing he can do is learn the people of the town, improve himself. He learns piano lessons so that he can gain a better footing on his own skill and talents. He learns CPR when it becomes apparent that he would need to know CPR. He falls in love with Rita. So he first of all falls in love for the first time perhaps with himself. This reminds me of a great opportunity that you and I have during these days that look just for all practical purposes like the day before, and we anticipate the day after. Linda and I have found a show on Gem TV called Still Standing, and it's a story of small towns in Canada that are still standing. They've faced hard times, and yet they are still standing. We learned about Wilberforce, Ontario, the geocaching capital of Canada. We learned about Vulcan, Alberta, the Star Trek capital of Canada. We learned about Churchill, Manitoba, the polar bear capital of the world. And there are some 30 or 40 episodes from 6 seasons of Still Standing. The point is, what can we learn? How can we adapt? How can we make this time a time of growth, a formative time of understanding that God wants to work on us in these very challenging days? May you be convinced of your own special nature, of God's love where you are, regardless of what each day looks like, to know and never doubt or question that God is indeed present with you there. We are praying for you and one another. Thanks be to God.